everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show the tutorial on my look. It's an autumnal look. I used warm colors, and the most important thing, I used the Bright Eyeliner, which is the seasonal trend. Basically right now everything is about bright eyeliner, so I decided to create the look that will suit pretty much everyone and be worn on daily basis, not something that you will see only on the catwalk or in the magazines and you will think, oh my god, this is like too much. So I wanted to take the bright eyeliner and liquid bright eyeliner and to create something subtle and yet, you know, on point for our season's trend. If you like this makeup that I'm having right now, keep on watching. So let's start our autumnal makeup look. I have already primed my eyelids, and now we are gonna go for a little bit of primer for the T-zone area. I don't really use primer all over my face if I have to go for a high coverage foundation, which in this case today we're going to use the high coverage foundation. So I'm just going to prime a little bit of my T-zone. And that's it. I have a lot of breakouts here on this side going on. Fortunately the light comes from this side, so I have to sit like this. Now that's probably the reason I chose the high coverage today. This is by Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I've talked about this in my video on my drugstore haul. So this goes like this, as a serum kind of looking. Oops. I love to warm up the foundation with my fingers first. So just simply pat all over my face. It has a very nice color. It's not orangey and it's not very gray, sort of. It's in between, and it's just perfect for my skin tone. I have like a yellow undertone, so I don't know if you can see how nicely it covers the skin. But it doesn't leave your skin too like unnatural looking. You still see your skin, and yet if you have redness or sort of imperfections, you can see how it covers it. So it's a wonderful foundation. I'm so happy I found it. To cover the breakouts, I'm going to use this Caumouflage cream, also by Catrice. It's a really nice one. I've been using it for over a year and I really like it. It does the job. It does cover. Just going to buff it in the concealer, and then we're going to powder it, of course. I have some more here. You know what happened? Normally I don't have that many breakouts. We need the concealer, under eye concealer. I'm going to use this Maybelline Anti-Age Rewind concealer. This is one of the best from the drugstore. I have to say I like it more than a Fit Me concealer by Maybelline. Well, it has more coverage. If you're for a lighter texture, probably Fit Me will suit more. This really has a good coverage. I feel like these days I need a good coverage concealer. I'm using my small beauty blender. Now what I do normally, I will spray the setting spray after this application of the concealers and foundation. For the better, like it feels like the next step that I will take on my makeup, that will fix it, like the base, the first is fixed, and then I will go on top the other products. I'm going to use, probably this is the only product that is not a Drugstore. This is the by MAC. Since I've been using the foundation that has quite a thick coverage, I'd like to go for a lighter powder, and this Mineralized Skinfinish powder is a really nice powder. It's translucent. It has a very, very little coverage in respect of it's not thick. It's very thin, and it slides very nicely under your eyes. And yeah, it's just something I've been using lately, and I love it. Because if you go with a thick texture powder under your eye area, on top of the already thick textured concealer and a foundation, it can make your makeup look cakey and far from perfection. So it's better to find some lighter version of powder, and in general all the products you use afterwards, it's better if it has a lighter textures. I'm going to go all over my lid with this creamy pencil by H&M. There is no name to it, but I'm going to link down below. I'm going to write down below the name. This is a sort of a beige nude color. I'm going to go all over my lid. It will serve for the good base. And I'm going to diffuse it all over my lid. Not too much. It's like I'm going to make it a very light shade. Of course, you can intensify the color by putting more color, but I just want to have it as a base and nothing more. Now this is done. Now I'm going to go all over my lid with this eyeshadow by Rimmel. It's in All About the Base. Anyhow, all the names of the products I'm going to write down below the video, so otherwise it's going to take a long time to film it. Now I'm going to use this brush, and it's this beige taupey color. It's not exactly very brown. It's more of a cool tone nude color than a warm toned, which is great because we're going to use more warmer colors like the bright orange. Now you will see, and I wanted to balance the colors, otherwise it will look, I don't know, too brown in the end. Gonna go generously under the eye, on the lower lash line, because I just want to have it very bit smoky. But with this light nude shade, it won't look too much, so you can wear it actually in the day. Okay. Now we're gonna use this orange color by NYX, which I've talked about my also in my video on my drugstore haul. It looks very orangey, but it's not super pigmented, so you can perfectly wear it on a daily basis, and you will see now. I'm gonna go into my crease with this to make a little bit of a halo around my eyelid, but nothing more, nothing too much. What I love about this eyeshadow is it doesn't have a very strong kick off of the eyeshadow. So it's great because when you're dealing with the bright eyeshadows and they fall, that's just not great. Now basically I didn't go all over my whole eyelid with this orange color, but I did take quite a big piece of my outer eye. Now I'm going to use this oh no, we forgot one thing. A little bit on the outer corner of the lower eyelid. I'm using this brush by Urban Decay. It has a very nice duo double-ended brush that you can use in so many looks. Just out here, because if I go all over the lower eyelid, I'm just gonna look like I'm sick or something, because let's face it, it has like a reddish undertone to it. So now, and I'm gonna use a little bit of dark brown eye pencil. It's by Dr. Hauschka, just to define a little bit the eyes. Okay, and a little bit here. Now what we need now is the star of the look, is this bright eyeliner. So now we're going to Dare. I'm so excited actually about this eyeliner because I still didn't really use it that much. I've tried it only once. And let's see. Now I'm gonna go on the top of my pencil. Now because it has a matte texture, it dries off so fast, so you have to be pretty fast. And then when it dries off, it has a little bit like it's less bright as you would have expected from such a bright color when you first apply it. So it depends what kind of look you're going for, but personally, because I'm doing it for the day look, it's pretty good because it doesn't look that bright. And I'm gonna go a little bit on the lower eyelid just to bring out the color, but this is optional. Like if you don't want to go in the day like this, like you can leave it off, but let's just a tiny bit here for a pop of color. Actually, I kind of dab because I don't want to have it as a line. I'm just applying it with a little dab like this, just for a little color. Now I'm going to apply in the corner of my eyes. There's also the creamy, it's a creamy pencil by H&M, but it has a really nice bronzy color, and I want to go for a little bit of a more dramatic look. It's also optional. You can go for a lighter look and choose some bronzy gold dusty eyeshadows, or like a more the thicker texture like I'm using right now. So it's also an option. It has a really nice bronzy sparkle and just perfect for this autumnal look. Now this is pretty much it. what we have is the brows. The brows I'm going to just to put the transparent gel because the eyes are the main here and I don't want to accentuate my brows at all, basically. And okay, to finish off with mascara before, I want to put a little bit of bronzer for this look because the bronzer is needed. Everything's sort of falling. I'm using this bronzer by Bourjois. It's also my recent purchase and I'm loving it. Has a very light shade, very natural. The reason why I do it after I did my eyes, because the eyes, it depends how the eyes came out. The amount of blush, the amount of bronzer, you have to see accordingly. Because sometimes when you overdo with the whole face, and then you want to go for a like daring eye makeup, you feel like there will be too much. So that's why I left it off for the last. To see how much I need in the end. And I need very little because, well, I have the eyes. For the blush, I'm using this blush Sculpt by L'Oreal. It has it's not blushes, it's like a highlighter, a blush, and something in between. And I love to simply mix them all. It's a very subtle peachy color and it has a little bit of a like luminosity. It's a little bit like, you know, in between highlighter blush, you know. And because our makeup is pretty matte and our eyes also matte, I like to bring on the cheeks a little bit of life. Now, and the eyelashes, of course, I'm using Dr. Hauschka Volumizing Mascara. That also is a new thing. And we're making our eyelashes very thick and long. Now, I think the only thing that is left is the lips. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of the pencil just to fill in. This is the Essence in the Nude. Definitely going to go for a nude lip. Just in the corners, not the whole lips. And I opted for a really light shade. This is the lipstick by Rimmel by Kate and number 3. Loving this color. It's the most wearable color. It suits to every skin tone. So this is just a pink nude, like beige nude. In my opinion, it brightens up the look on the spot. And it has a creamy texture, so it's not matte, since everything is pretty matte in our face, except of the blush. It brings on a, yeah, it's a creamy lipstick, so I'm looking, checking. I don't see that we need anything more. If you want to add more blush, you definitely can. If you want to make your eyes stronger, you definitely can put on the mascara on your lower eyelash. And yeah, the possibilities, this look has a lot of possibilities. Day look, evening look. I did semi-evening, semi-day look, depending what your preferences are on makeup. So here it is, and I hope I enjoyed this video, and this is the autumnal look. See you next week. Goodbye.